What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 34, and today we are returning with 4 more games with Aston Villa, but I'm not entirely sure what games they are going to be, because today we're starting off with our FA Cup 5th round replay as we play host to Bournemouth after we drew the first tie last month at the Vitality. And as you can see, the game does come just one day after our win over Everton in the last game in the last episode, so I've got no idea what team I'll feel for this game, but we'll see. Then we've got Chelsea away. Then we've got Montpellier at home in the first leg of our Europa League round of 16 tie as well. And if we do beat Bournemouth and make it through to the FA Cup quarterfinals, they will have the quarterfinal tie on this weekend here. But if we don't beat Bournemouth and we're knocked out tonight, then you'll see the second leg of our Europa League tie against Montpellier away in France. So yeah, it could be 2 Europa League games, could be 2 FA Cup games, plus a Premier League game as well. But 4 big games regardless, and the first one is Bournemouth, and I've got no idea what team I'm going to be fielding for this game. I think it is going to be the C team, not the B team, but the C team that we used against Copenhagen in the second leg of our Europa League round of 32 game, which we simulated. Yeah, I think it will be. First game's Bournemouth though, FA Cup 5th round replay. Let's get the job done. I mean, I'm saying that like we got a good chance of going through tonight. Based on our lineup, I certainly wouldn't think so. First game is indeed Bournemouth, then in the FA Cup round of 16 replay. And heading to the game, it is indeed basically a C team. It is a 4-2-3-1 with Galini in goal, a back four of Morgan, Gillespie, Collins and Cox. A back four full of youth players there, 3 out the academy, and of course Gillespie from the free agents pool. Tyler Adams and Toby Lewis are our DM partnership, with Rico Henry on the left, and to be fair, Captain Clint Dempsey on the right, and Joel Turner the cam, with Hepburn Murphy the striker. But Bournemouth's team 4-4-1-1 and much better than ours, and definitely considered favourites tonight here at Villa Park. So I'd like to get through to the quarters. It'll be a really good achievement in just our second season, but it's going to be very tough tonight for this makeshift line to get the job done. Let's see if they can though. You never know. Bournemouth first game. We can do this. Well, yeah, technically we can do this, but it's highly unlikely. As Toby finds Tyler looking for Hepburn Murphy. And to be fair, first chance could fall here, so Aston Villa, and it's gone in. Hepburn Murphy shot the flex off Simon Francis, and Aston Villa's makeshift lineup has got a goal up 13 minutes in. It's a lucky goal, we'll take it. Hepburn Murphy played through by Tyler Adams, takes a touch, turns Nathan Ake, and it's a deflex off Francis. It deceives Asmir Begovic, and Aston Villa, totally unexpected, have gone in front. Wow. I mean, if we can win this game tonight, forget our win against Spurs, forget our win against Chelsea, forget our win against Arsenal, whatever, all the teams we've beaten this season, forget it. This will be probably my favourite win of the season. We've got an absolutely tragic lineup out there, and we're leading by a goal to 0. As Turner lost out to Osborne and Harriata gets on the ball. I did not expect us to have any chances tonight whatsoever, but we've gone in front with the first one we've had. But here come Bournemouth. Jermaine Defoe over the bar, still 1-0. And if this C team can get into the FA Cup quarterfinals, I'm not against playing them in the game sandwiched in between our Europa League ties against Montpellier. Turner to Hepburn Murphy, already claimed the first, and he's around Nathan Ake. And Francis, and this time his shot didn't take a deflection, but Begovic makes the save. Hepburn Murphy really going after it tonight as we still lead by 1. What a start. Oh, go on, Rico. Go on, Rico. Blocked by Mings. And Bournemouth will clear, but that's not what you want to see. Hepburn Murphy started off well, has now got an injury as well. What a beginning to this match. The first games of my episodes are normally the best, and this one started off at a frenetic pace, but here come the Cherries with Osborne on the ball, finding Defoe in space, rolls it inside, and Lewis Graben denied by a very good save by Galini. Still leading by 1, half an hour in. What a start to this game as Ake flicks on, but unfortunately Bournemouth do have the equaliser. Lovely header by the former Chelsea man, runs to Eddie Howe to celebrate. Aston Villa 1, Bournemouth 1. Graben for Bournemouth through to Jermaine Defoe, who's round Collins and shoots and scores. And Jermaine Defoe gives Bournemouth the goal to go in front. It's been coming as well. It's been coming since we scored the first goal. It's been really all Bournemouth for the most part. And Nathan Ake got the equaliser. Defoe gets the goal to put him in front. And the travelling fans can celebrate. Bournemouth taking the lead in the replay. Nice little first touch to beat Collins there. Just gets a little bit of space. But that's all a great striker like Jermaine Defoe needs. What a finish right into the top corner. And the veteran makes it 2-1 to the Cherries. I really do feel now with 15 minutes to go, the game is Bournemouth to lose. We've been good when going forward, but defence the problem, as it so often is. And if they keep on pressing Bournemouth, they'll surely find a third to wrap it up. Osborne shot, saved by Galini. That looks like it's going to be that. Just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now. As Max Gradel rolls it through to Defoe. And if Bournemouth score a third, it definitely is all over. Jermaine crosses, and there it is. It's all over. Aston Villa 1, Bournemouth 3, Mousset on the end of the Defoe cross, and the Cherries will advance to the quarterfinals. We were always going to be massive underdogs tonight with our C team out there, but so unfortunate to score the first goal, have the chances, but just not take them. And defensively, unfortunately, our struggles continue, and that's our downfall. I mean, I say unfortunate, I really shouldn't be saying that. Bournemouth have been the better team tonight. You would have seen it by the highlights, and they thoroughly deserve the win. So you tip your imaginary hat to the Cherries and Eddie Howe, because they are through to the FA Cup quarterfinals. We've been knocked out here. Our C team gave it a valiant effort, and fair play to them, but unfortunately, just wasn't to be. And the stats backed that up as well. We did look good when going forward, and Hepburn Murphy, to be fair to him, had a really good game tonight, scoring the first goal, but sadly, it does come in vain. But Bournemouth definitely deserved it, no doubt about it. And for man of the match, you'll have to go to Jermaine Defoe as well, bagging their second goal and setting up the third too. As Bournemouth advance, we're knocked out. And it's a bit of a shame, but you know, it was unlikely we were getting through tonight. So Bournemouth through, us out. And just looking at the teams left in the competition as well, Bournemouth will be taking on Leicester in the quarters, Southampton face Everton, Middlesbrough face Burnley, and the biggest team remaining, Manchester City, are going to play West Ham. You know, this would have been a winnable competition. You know, with the big teams getting knocked out earlier in the rounds, Manchester City, the biggest team left in there. Yeah, of course, if we were to meet them at some point in the competition, it would have been tough. But really, like this was definitely a winnable competition for us this year, and it's a shame that we couldn't get through to the quarters, because we had a shot. We definitely had a shot, no doubt.
A wonderful talent. And now he's added so many goals to his game. He is the leading scorer, of course. Eden Hazard, he plays now, and it's live.
But we just need to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off, because as we jump into the second game of today's episode, it's an absolutely massive one. As fourth play host to sixth in the Premier League, as we travel to London to take on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. This game's going to feature the top two scorers in the division as well. Eden Hazard for Chelsea, who plays on the left-hand side of their fantastic 5-2-3 with Willian on the right and Cavani the striker. And for our team, 3-5-2 for the game, back to our normal league lineup as Benteke and Brereton, the boys up top, will start together. So huge game this, 12 games to go in the season. There's still a chance we could finish in the top four, but if we lose today, I think our dreams will basically be dead. Chelsea away, Stamford Bridge, what a game. Come on, Aston Villa.
Can they bring the visitors into this game the qualities that have made them the highest scoring team in the league to this point?
Well, they play such an open, expansive game. It does leave them vulnerable at times, but they've just been outscoring the opposition.
Number 22, Willian.
These are the sort of games you play in career mode where they're not the biggest of the season, they're not right at the end of the season, but they're so important they feel like cup finals, do you know what I mean? Like, this game genuinely feels like a cup final heading into it. It's Hazard almost extended his lead in the race for the golden boot there, firing that shot just wide the post. Not an ideal start for us, need to come through and get at the very least a point in this game. But if we can win and close the gap to 2 points, with 11 games to go, come on Aston Villa, we could qualify for the Champions League. And here is Grealish on the ball, and he's got Benteke who could be through here, out wide towards Schupp, and Schupp feeds it back into the Belgian. Oh! Into the side netting. What a start. So much riding on this game for both teams. This is going to be a classic, I can already tell. Cut straight to the next highlight, and the referee blows for full time there. It's a boring 0-0 at Stamford Bridge. You just know it. Kante robs Fabian Delph and finds Eden Hazard, and here he is again. It's the Belgian. This time it's the post, and Palmer Brown just about got in behind to rob Edinson Cavani there. Beat the Uruguayan to the ball, and a king of interceptions saves his very best for a massive game. Still 0-0. But what a start. Hazard through the gap to Cavani, the former PSG and Napoli man on the ball, has Palmer Brown jockeying, but he'll feed it to Hazard instead. And Hazard has Zagadou on his heels, finds Willian, 1-0. We knew the goal was going to come at some point. The pressure has been pretty relentless, and the Brazilian fires Chelsea in front just before the break, 1-0 to the Blues. Worst way to end the half, really. And for Pepe Reina, you know, he's had some inconsistent moments this season, no doubt, but nothing he can do about that. Willian takes a touch, gets around Carter Vickers, and bends one into the far corner as Willian, the Brazilian, gets his 10th of the season. Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 0. And you really do feel if we lose this game today, we'll go 8 points behind Chelsea. And whilst there'll still be time with 11 games to go to get back into the race for the top 4, it's highly unlikely. And maybe this season, it's just not going to happen. I would have taken mid-table at the start of the season, to be fair, so I can't really complain that much. Just Shook crosses to the middle. And Brereton, oh, volleys it just wide. And Zagadou was there, but there was no auto switch. And maybe if I pressed L1, I could have had it. Maybe that's my fault. But Zagadou was right there, but he just may not have seen the ball. Brereton volleys wide, still 1-0, so plenty of time, lads. Not going to panic. We scored a lot of goals this season. We can still get back in this. That was one of those moments where normally you'd see an auto switch happen, but instead there was nothing. So maybe if I pressed L1, as I'm now calling for everyone to run forward, maybe I would have pressed L1. Zagadou would have let me take control of him, and I could have just smacked it into the open goal with a despairing dive with the goalkeeper, but unfortunately not, and it's still 1-0, but here's Bustos on the ball. Delivery's very good. That's a very good one up in the air, and Brereton loses out to Bakayoko, and Tellez gets it clear. Plenty of time to go in this game. Not going to panic at all. Lots and lots and lots of time for us to find an equalising goal as Willian loses out to Bustos, and Palmer Brown finds Fabian Delph. Through the gap to Ross Barkley, now a Chelsea player who made his debut against Arsenal in the EFL Cup. Benteke, Brereton. Oh, I said there was time, and the moment fell to the man we wanted to see get on the end of it. Ben Brereton makes it Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 1, and says to Eden, the golden boot race is far from over. 2 goals in 2 for Ben. That's what I'm talking about. After a run of none in his past 4 or 5, turns David Luiz, sends him walking, and bends it past Courtois. 1-1. Now let's turn the game on its head and get in front. Hazard has put the pressure on there, and Rain has come out to meet it. Has to get there, Pepe. Well done. Very good with his feet. And calmly gives it to Zagadou. And we shall pass out from the back. Still tied at 1-1 in a very good game here, as we expected, between 2 of the top 6. Benteke to Brereton. Support striker to goal scorer. Brereton on the ball. Bustos out wide. In goes Benteke. Diving in. Rudiger clears. It'll drop to Delph. We know he can strike him. Fabian! Oh! What a goal! Fabian Delph makes it Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2. What a decision to bring him back to Villa Park. He scored a few screamers this season. That one's one of the very best. Cross to the middle, headed away by Rudiger, controls on the chest, and half volleys from 30 yards past Courtois and into the top corner. Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2, and when I said this game could be a classic, I really, really meant it. What a goal from Delph, and we take the lead for the first time here at Stamford Bridge. Come on! The 3 players that we've brought back this season: Ashley Young, Fabian Delph, Christian Benteke. Who's coming back next season to Villa Park? You need to let me know in the comments who we're signing next, because at the moment, it's the old boys from Villa that have come back and breathing new life into this football club. Eden Hazard on the ball though, keeps on going, and bent one. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Eden Hazard. And there is a reason that he's going for the golden boot, and that is the reason right there. What a goal. This has been an absolute thriller at the bridge, exactly what we expected. And Eden Hazard, who ironically turned Fabian Delph there, said, watch me get past you, mate, and watch me score an even better goal. Absolutely beautiful strike by the Belgian. Bends one into the top corner with the weaker left foot, and Pepe's got no chance. Chelsea 2, Aston Villa 2. What a game this has been, as Conte's jumping for joy. And that is going to do it. What a game here at Stamford Bridge. We thought it would be a classic. It certainly was. Handshake for Conte for a brilliant match. That was so fun to play in. Chelsea 2, Aston Villa 2. Our hunt for a top 4 place is not over yet. 11 games to go, could still do it. But, oh, if we didn't concede that goal from Hazard, what a win it would have been. However, I would have taken a point pre-game, and I think the draw was the right result. Both teams put on a real spectacle for the fans here in West London, and it was a really enjoyable match to play. And one of those games of career mode that you just get so immersed in, you know. So, sorry if I shouted a little bit for the 2 goals. But it really was a fun one. But for man of the match, Benteke got an assist, but I'm going to give it to Eden Hazard, who I thought played absolutely brilliantly. Scored that wonderful goal and bagged the assist for Chelsea's first as well. A really fun game though, a brilliant game, and such a fun one to play. And the race to the top 4, not over yet. That can be a bit of a problem for me sometimes. I do feel like I might be a little bit too loud when I'm celebrating or talking about the goals we conceded, but I don't think you can blame me for that game. It was a massive game, a huge game. And it was just so fun to play. And the 2 goals by Delph and then Hazard directly afterwards. What an absolutely fantastic match. But anyway, after the game, we do see here we have a multi-scouting update from Fanning based in America. As we still look for, you know, the next star for American football. Yet to find anyone that looks absolutely orgasmic. There are some decent players, but the problem is the overalls of these players are really, really poor. And that's a bit of a shame. I don't think, no, there's no one from this scouting update either. I think America was the right country you guys chose. I think it was a really good country to choose for us managing America as well. But at the moment, just not getting the players. But hopefully in the next month, there'll be the next Christian Pulisic or the next Clint Dempsey. So moving swiftly on to the third of 4 games today then. And it's now time for the first leg of our Europa League round of 16 tie as we play host to the French side Montpellier. And after no wins in our last 2, hoping to bounce back here in front of the Villa Park faithful with a win. Our team is of course the 3-5-2, but quite a few changes after our loss at the bridge, including Chester coming back in to wear the armband, Fry's in, Galini's in, Touré's in, Ashley Young, our best player in Europe, is in on the right-hand side, and also Dempsey, with more assists than anyone else, is our can, with Kodja up top with Ben Brereton. First 2 games today, absolutely fantastic. Really fun to play, even though we didn't win either. So hopefully this game will be just as good. But my mentality tonight is to be tight at the back, shipping those goals in the last 2 games, 5 in total. We don't want to concede an away goal tonight. You know how much I put the emphasis on those away goals. Got to get a clean sheet and got to come through with a really solid defensive performance. Ashley Young down the right-hand side, rolls it in to Brereton, who gives it him back. And Young has space to whip it into the centre. And Dempsey's arriving. Oh, what a save by Lecomte. And Montpellier get away. That would have been a perfect start to a massive clash as Brereton then turns and lets fly, and again it's saved and once again cleared away. Let that go, Ashley. Let that go. It's going to be our throw. Thank you. Well done. And we'll take it quickly with Young to Dempsey. Back to Ashley Young, our 2 main performers in Europe this season. As Young tries to turn the block. Oh, yes, Ashley. Lovely stuff. Not a bad cross. Brereton's header. What a save by Lecomte. A couple of brilliant saves early in this game. And another fine one there. Still 0-0. And if it wasn't for that number 40, we would have gone in front by now. He's been brilliant this first half. Touré's tackle. Shook away. Kodja flicks on to Dempsey. Dempsey on the ball. Looking to send Jonathan down the right. And now back into the American. As it's laid off to him. Dempsey scored 2 against Copenhagen. Can he get another? Clint, wonderful work, and the shot denied by Lecomte, who has had the half of his life. It's his 5th save already. It's still 0-0, and again Lecomte saves it, and it's cleared away. I can't believe we're yet to score yet. Well, I can, because this goalkeeper is in inspired form. Delph, Kodja can't get there. Schupf can. And this time just over the bar, and that'll do it for the first half, where it's been all Aston Villa, but we're yet to get the breakthrough. Still 0-0. I think that is going to do it. And this game looks as though it's going to finish as a stalemate, and it does indeed. Well, I wanted a clean sheet, but I wanted some goals as well. 0-0 the final score, and the tie hangs in the balance heading back to the south of France. Good news, we score an away goal in Montpellier. They'll need to score twice, but that was a tough game. All of our chances really came in the first half. Montpellier had some shots, but not too many noteworthy ones in what was quite a drab game, really. The first half, yeah, we played all right, but unfortunately the problem was we came up against a goalkeeper who was in inspired form. I thought we defended very well for the most part, but Lecomte, with some brilliant saves in the first half, made sure that Montpellier get a clean sheet and possibly a valuable draw to take back to France. Second leg to come right away. Can we come through and get through to the quarters? And there is also a monthly scouting update here as well, as we see 4 players that are leaving on international duty. As Barkley got called up for the England squad, lovely jubbly. We have our first month's worth of scouting from Carter, who of course I sent out to England. And I said, was it the last episode I said the reason why I didn't let you guys choose one is because I'm stockpiling the videos at the moment to record in advance to cover my absence. But unfortunately, he's not picked up anyone good either. Aidan Robinson could be okay. We'll continue to scout on him. But at the moment, I've got to say, you know, we've got Toby Lewis out of the academy. Looks good. A couple of decent defenders as well. But we're not really succeeding in our youth talents getting picked up to the club yet. And so as we do jump into the 4th and final game of today's episode, is once again against Montpellier, but this time away in the south of France. And by the way, Montpellier, a really fun team to do a career mode with. Nice stadium, not a real one in the game, but a lovely city, Montpellier, in the south of France. Would love to visit one day. And of course, they were crowned French champions back in 2012. I think it was quite a few years ago now. But yeah, our team for the game, 3-5-2. Same back three and goalkeeper as the team at home. No surprise there after the clean sheet, but a few different changes when on the offensive as Grealish wears the armband today. They've got to give it to Chester, but up top together, this is the interesting thing. Christian Benteke starting tonight alongside Fernando Torres, who scored quite a few goals in the Europa League. So, fourth and final game. It's the second leg. Scored tonight, and I feel like the tie is going to be ours. Come on, Aston Villa.
Well, whoever he's playing for, when he plays well, his team plays well, Christian Benteke.
And it's his ability in the air, Martin, I think, that the opposition have got to be wary of today. They won't want to see too many crosses coming in.
Grealish does suit the captain's armband, though. I must say, as Hilton heads that header, corner, sorry, just wide the post. Grealish is a young talent, came through the Aston Villa Academy, and has put in some really good shifts this season when taking Clint Dempsey's place for Season 2. I think the captain's armband might suit him long term, I really do. If he plays well tonight, that won't hurt his cause either. As Christian Benteke's through, yes! What a start! Christian Benteke makes it Montpellier 0, Aston Villa 1, pulls out the silencer, and LeBron James would have been proud of that strike. Grealish into Benteke, takes it round the defender, and fires it home into the top corner with a wonderful strike, bringing him back on deadline day for £15 million. Might prove to be the best signing of the season, and that is saying something. Montpellier 0, Aston Villa 1, perfect start, and what a decision to start Benteke tonight. And I did say, score a goal tonight, and I feel like the tie will be ours. Montpellier didn't really threaten at Villa Park for the most part, and now we've gone in front. They'll need to score 2 goals on the night, and as they surrender the ball, Bustos looks for Torres, finds him, oh, and Lecomte bails out Montpellier. If that's 2-0 10 minutes in, the heads from Montpellier all drop, and you wonder whether they'll have enough willpower to get back in the game. Still 1-0, but what a start from Aston Villa. We know what's at stake tonight. This has been a great beginning. Fabian Delph, easy save. So second half is underway as we still lead by a goal. We dominated possession in the first half, had 60% of it, and right now we're knocking the ball around very nicely indeed with our good passing ability. And for the moment, we're relatively untroubled. Montpellier had one chance in the first half through Hilton with his header going wide from a corner, but other than that, haven't created much. Didn't do much at Villa Park either, and at the moment, we're sitting pretty with our one goal, where Montpellier must score twice due to the away goal ruling, and as Torres is on, oh, he's denied by Lecomte, but I think the referee's doing a free kick there for the lunge on Torres. A little bit lucky, that one, but Lecomte is single-handedly keeping Montpellier in this tie. Free kick here, though. Barkley's going to take it. And Ross bends one wide of the post. Still 1-0. If we get a second goal, it's game over, and it's good night to Montpellier. Montpellier trying to get back in the game, though. Oh, they've done so. They've done so. They've barely attacked us in this game. But Sayo at the back stick, the number 14, heads in across, and whenever they've put balls into the box, we have been a little bit worried. They obviously had a chance in the first 5 minutes from a cross, and this header goes into the far corner. James Chester beaten. Now it's 1-1. They need another, but this is worrying. Schupf down the left, crosses. Torres heads it in. Torres heads it in and settles a lot of nerves. Montpellier 1, Aston Villa 2, and Fernando heads us maybe and surely into the quarters. Come on! Alessandro down the left, crosses to the middle, and Fernando Torres dives in like a young Fernando to head it into the bottom corner for his 5th in the Europa League. And what a decision tonight to change our strike duo around. No goals at Villa Park for Kodjia and Brereton. Let's give Fernando and Christian a start up top. They've both scored 1 each in so far 2 goals on the night for Aston Villa. Montpellier now must score another 2. Surely that's going to be that. Surely. When Montpellier got the equalising goal, I was feeling quite nervous, but instead, looks as though we are going to do it. As Chester makes a brilliant tackle there. Barkley gets it to Fry. Fry clears, and that will indeed confirm it. Final score, Montpellier 1, Aston Villa 2. A really great game in the south of France to end today's episode off. And we end on a really big positive as well. Aston Villa into the Europa League quarterfinals. It was a tricky tie. That man was on fire for the most part. We've done it. We're through. This was a really tricky tie, and fair play to Montpellier. They got a cracking shot stop between the sticks, but definitely deserved the win, no doubt about it. Were the better team and deserved the victory. And for Man of the Match, I'm going to share it between 3 players. Fernando Torres, Christian Benteke, and also Jack Grealish as well. He got the assist. Torres and Benteke bagged a goal each as Aston Villa make it through to the Europa League quarterfinals. And to end today's episode off as well, what we're going to do is find out our opponents for the next round. It's going to be either Hertha Berlin, Marseille, not sure either Nice or Athletic Bilbao, Villarreal, Monaco, RB Leipzig, or Napoli. I'm not sure who I'd prefer out of all those teams because they're all pretty decent. And this could be a very tricky test. Oh, surely it'll be a tricky test. Whoever we face in the round of 16, quarterfinals even. Let's find out who it's going to be. It's going to be, dun dun dun. There we are. Nice in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. So just beat one French team, now another, as Hertha Berlin will face Monaco, Marseille will face RB Leipzig, and Villarreal will take on Napoli as well. So that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching, and hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic weekend, and there will be another episode of Career Mode later on tonight after all the FA Cup games. There's no like target, but I would like it if you would leave a like. I really would appreciate it, but there's no like target anyway, so don't worry. There will be another episode later on tonight. Thanks for watching. Much love. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you for the next episode later on tonight.